allait prendre la route de l'aventure. Ah, monsieur le président, un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, monsieur le président, beautiful people of the Cameroons, the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon, on the beautiful people of British Southern Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, there's crisis in La République du Cameroon, and there have been crises ongoing for years in British Southern Cameroon. You have people, they call themselves elected representatives, members of National Assembly. They are silent. They get paid every month, but they don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, the system in La République du Cameroon is so morally bankrupt that there is no president. The president doesn't represent the people. The members of parliament, or they call them National Assembly, they don't represent the people. Ladies and gentlemen, in a democratic institution or country rather, these people you call members of parliament, they are your direct representative. But nobody talks about this. If you look at the Constitution of La République du Cameroon, Article 15 of La République's Constitution says, members of National Assembly belong to the nation. No, ladies and gentlemen, in a stricto sensu sense, members of parliament belong to constituency. What is a constituency? It is what? A specific geographical area that people vote members of parliament. Geographical area. Their constitution says, Article 15, members of parliament belong to the nation. No. They are elected to represent constituency. I know some people might argue, oh, they are from the Cameroons. No, that's not the point. Nobody is arguing that the MPs are not from the Cameroons. And you see, if you want to have members of parliament who are elected, they are there to represent the people, not Mr. Bia. We have been having problem in British Southern Cameroon. The members of parliament, they don't care. I want to see something. I don't even know how do they divide the percentage, how many MP that you should have in British Southern Cameroon or the various regions. I don't know, because it doesn't balance. If you need to elect a member of parliament, you have to make sure that it represents the population. A place like South, where Mr. Bia come from, they have almost the same MPs, member of MP in British Southern Cameroon, that region called Southwest region. How can they have similar MP when Southwest region population surpasses South province, where Mr. Bia comes from? So that's the problem. I will show you this. Let me come here. Okay. I want to read this. Adamawa. What's the population of Adamawa? You guys, you know. They have what? 10 MPs. So how do you compare Adamawa, which I believe Adamawa have got more population than South Province, or East Province, which East Province have got 11 members of parliament. South have got 11. Then Adamawa will have 10. How do they do it? That's not democracy. First, I'm just saying they don't repeat. Littoral have 19. Okay? Littoral have 19. Southwest have 15 members of parliament. Northwest have 20. So the population and Littoral and Douala, is it the same? Members of parliament, example, we might say out of every 100 people, out of every 100,000, let me say 100,000, you have one MP. So that population have to be similar, 100,000, 100,000, one MP. But it's not like that in the Cameroons. That is why when we come, most of us, we see civil servant politicians, they don't understand what is politics. Because the Cameroons need reform. Very soon you people will say you're elected member of parliament. I'm sure this member of parliament, 180 of them, they were the same, almost similar 180 when we have independence. Today is more than 60 years, you still have 180. So if people want to say this La Republique country that's run by dictators, you have to know that you have to increase members of parliament, although you don't have them. Because members of parliament in the Cameroons, they don't represent the people. I'll tell you, in the UK where I live, what are the duties of members of parliament? What they have duties too, to represent the interests of their local constituency. That is their job. To represent the interests of their local constituency. That's their first role, first duty. Do the members of parliament in the Cameroons, do they have offices? All members of parliament in the United Kingdom, they have local constituency office. My local MP's office is there. I can go there. I might have any issues in life. I might have legal matters, I'll go and see him. I might have Southern Cameroon problem, I go and see him. Then he takes that information and go to the parliament to go and debate it. If you have problem with hospital education, you go to your office, you knock the door, your members of parliament, the person sees you, you lay your problem. They are there for the interest of the people. The people of British Southern Cameroon say they don't want to be with La Republique anymore. They have to take it to parliament and go there and talk about it. That's how it functions. It is not about what the members of parliament want. It is about what the local constituents, what they want. That's how a parliament functions. The second duty of members of parliament, which we don't have in La République du Cameroun, they do what? They participate in parliamentary work, like debate, like scrutinizing the government. Like you see, most of when I come, I challenge the government of the Cameroons. People say, oh, this man, they criticize government. You hold them into account. That's the job of an opposition. You people don't see, Mr. Bia. There is no duty in the constitution of La République du Cameroun like the duty of a secretary general. There's no duty. I have the constitution here. But the secretary general is running the country, receiving ambassadors, going to do the job of a president. No, that's not a job of a secretary general. A secretary general is just a secretary in an office. Sometimes some secretary general, they are like, in an office, they are typists who stay there. That's Ngongo's job. Ngongo's job is not to be a president. You don't exercise a duty. It's just this lazy Diongute. Article 12 of their constitution give power to Diongute. He doesn't exercise it. So there is a power in the constitution. There's a duty for Diongute, Article 12. He doesn't do anything. There is no job for the first lady in the constitution. No job for the secretary general, but we see them running the country. Is that normal? And you people sit and look and wait for God to come from heaven and liberate you from stupidity. Ladies and gentlemen, it is normal to challenge the government. It is normal for opposition to criticize the government. And we all have our opinion, but not our facts. The government of the Cameroons have annexed British Southern Cameroon with France. We don't want to be under France. That's the basis of British Cameroon National Party. We don't want France to control us. We don't want France to make our money. We don't want France to control our monetary policy, interest rate, devaluation, money supply. We don't want it. That is it. La République du Cameroon wants to remain with them. And we have parliamentarians who don't have brains. That's how I should say it. Because they don't care about their people. Parliamentarians, they have local representation. They are the people. They represent the people directly. They work for you. They work for you. It's not the other way around. And they have offices where you go and meet them. Each parliamentarian, the House of Commons, that's a parliament, is in London. They have home in London, homes. They can stay in London. Then they go now to wherever they were elected, whether it's Manchester, Liverpool, whether it's Scotland or wherever. They go there too to work in their constituency. People come. They talk all problems that you tell them. The MP will advise you. If it's something, the MP has to write a letter to a particular minister, they will write it to the minister. The MPs of a United Kingdom, even if you are a foreigner, you're staying in a constituency. Example, I'm just giving you an example. If you don't have your papers, as we call it here, you don't have your doki okwale, you can go to the MP and say, I have this immigration problem. Maybe you will write to the Home Office. They represent even foreigners who don't have papers in this country. You go, you explain your problem, maybe you will write to the Home Office and that. They represent you. Then not to talk of the Cameroons. Our MP, they don't represent us. They don't reflect the aspiration of the people. They should be criticizing the government. They are not asking, where is Bia? Where is Bia? They are killing people in the streets of the Cameroons. Torturing people. I saw is in New Bell in prison. It's as if, you will not be remember, you see this ship where they put people them for Africa Day, bring them for slave. I see some prison them for New Bell, when they treat when own people, then shame on una. And Article 65 of the Constitution of La République said they don't get right for torture. I don't see a lot of videos. They beat people them for Cameroon. Mr. Bia Dede keep quiet. Atanganji Dede keep quiet. Ayolo Dede keep quiet. Shanta Bia keep quiet. Invisible Paul Bia is quiet. But the Constitution, the law for Cameroon say, una no get right for beat man. If man do something, it be wrong, they can go for court of law. And so law talk for Cameroon. But when they beat people them, shoot people that see people pour of blood, people have a right to protest peacefully for me. If some person go destroy property, it be wrong. And when he destroy the property, una arrest in a criminal damage, una take it go for court, they go punish it for court. No be you, gendarme or beat, get to the beat them. You don't get right. No man no get right for beat any man, according to the laws of the Cameroons. If some man he go commit burn house or anything, una arrest him, una take it go for court, court go punish it. That's how you do it. That's what the law says in the Cameroons. Members of parliament, they have to balance their constituency duty locally with your political party duty. You get to separate them. I see this guy. Is it Molombe? Now he represent, I'm sure he took over from my late brother who was member of parliament in Boya. He does not distinguish CPDM and maybe other official duties. Everything to him is CPDM. If you are the MP, whether you are in Boya Center, Mr. Molombe, learn this. You are a lawyer. You are a lawyer. You people don't understand the law. If you are a member of parliament, you were elected, you are a member of parliament even from SDF militant, even for all other opposition political party, you solve their problem. That's the job of a member of parliament. Once as you are elected a member of parliament, all the constituency, they are under you. So you cannot be wearing your CPDM chop people their money indefinitely. Massa. Well, I used to be proud of our fathers and forefathers Bakwere people. Who's kind Bakwere people then today, no, Mr. Molombe? They lost dignity just because of egocentricity. Massa, be humble. You're a lawyer. Before you are a member of parliament, you were a lawyer. How often have you written to a minister about people who are complaining in Fako? Look at the roads. Look, Mutengere to Boya is 4 hours. Everything is CPDM uniform. Now your new clothes. Molombe. My brother was CPDM military. He was not behaving like you, Larry Lissinger. He was not behaving like you. He was member of parliament for everybody. He was there. I have no problem with CPDM people, but some of you should stop your foolishness. My point is your foolishness. If you're a member of parliament, behave like a member of parliament for all the constituents. Not just for CPDM. It is very important. You have to balance your constituency duties with the demand of your political party. You balance them and your personal interest. That's what a member of parliament should do. In the United Kingdom, we have, 650 constituency, geographical area. Each one elects one MP, one. The candidate that receives the highest vote becomes the MP in that geographical area. If you have the highest vote till the next election. So you represent the geographical area regardless of the party. But you people are always with CPDM uniform. In the Cameroons, when an MP dies, even if the term is still remaining, let me say 4 years, that place will be vacant. No man, they don't replace it. I'll be asking for Cameroon. Say, why when MP die, when they change it? They say, oh, because they will keep people them. So it tells you, if an MP can pass away for 4 years, then they wait till maybe 5 years before, 4 years before they elect again. What does it mean? It means an MP hasn't got a use. If MP began use, you know if you wait when MP die, 4 years remain. When I wait 4 years without an MP. So it means they don't get used. They are just wasting taxpayers' money. So under La Republic government, either una just cancel or una ban the post of National Assembly members. Ban the post. It hasn't got use. You don't represent people. You don't have constituency office. You don't take things and write letter to ministers about your people. That's how if parliament function. You are there for the interest of your local people. And in Northwest and Southwest, British Southern Cameroon, how come that they have only 35 members of parliament with their population? How come that we of British Southern Cameroon have only 2 regions? La Republique added what? 3 regions under Mr. Bia. So they used to have what? 5. We have 2. Since we joined them, we still have what? 2 regions. So that's why British Cameroon National Party want to be in government and change all these things, because CPDM chop people their money. They don't know how to govern a country. It's a fact. They don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Once more, I was here today to question this useless MP. They don't know what is a member of parliament. Nobody votes for them. They select them because they put a list. So when you are a CPDM, that list is there. They stop vote, they steal. In a democracy like the United Kingdom, you vote for Alex Lissinger, not list. You vote for me, for an individual, not list. That list system is archaic, is fraudulent. People should be voting. They know who, somebody who can advocate for them, talk on their behalf. That is why you are MP. MPs, they are talkative. They talk. And that's why you see most lawyers in Western world, they are always members of parliament. A lot of them. Because your job is to fight for the people. Your job is to talk for the people. The bad road, poor hospital, invisible president, you talk. But in the Cameroons, we don't see it. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Lissinger, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a wonderful day.